morning, and welcome to Beyond Common Sense. I keep telling myself I probably shouldn't say good morning because you may not be listening to this in the morning, but I'm always doing these in the morning. So, welcome. So glad you stopped on by. A rendezvous with eternity. Isn't that a great statement? Well, here's how it goes. I feel so spoiled. Blessed is a better word. That is quite a statement considering that we started back to school this week. Oh, how much difference a year can make. Last year we had no idea what we were doing. Well, I had taught before, but the curriculum was different, the school was different, and we were supposed to be retiring, not starting a new career. Well, the reason for my spoilage is multifaceted. I'm sitting on the back porch, even though it's only 55 degrees. I love my flowers. I love my birds. I love my pond. It's early, so the traffic noise isn't too bad yet. All is calm. All is bright. Whoops. Wrong season. 4 months from tomorrow. Yikes. It's the perfect spot to do my devotions. For me. We are all different. Our houses, circumstances, and seasons of life are different. For that harried mom with little ones, a quick look at God's Word while she sits in the bathroom may be her quiet time. Devotions for the too busy, full-time, and overtime worker may mean listening to something on the way to work. The young bride may be sitting on her apartment balcony, dreaming of the day she has a house and a porch of her own, but making that little place the sweet spot for her rendezvous with eternity. Next month, I'm speaking to a group of ladies on Psalm 91, verse 1. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. What does that secret place of the Most High look like to you? I hope you have a special place where you meet with God. It doesn't have to be pretty. I'm an ambiance person, but for others, that may not be important, and quite frankly, it's not the place or the atmosphere, but the person that is important. Rendezvous, yes. Who do we think of when we want to rendezvous? It's usually someone we love very much, someone we want to be with. When David wrote the psalm, he included 4 names for God in the first 2 verses. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I trust. Each reference is a different word for God. For example, the Most High, the word is Elon, which literally means the Lord Most High. When he says Almighty, it's Shaddai, which means Almighty, most powerful. The Lord, the word is Yahweh, or Jehovah, the existing one. It is the proper name of the one true God, self-existent or eternal. And then the last one is when he says, my God, he uses the word Elohim, which means the eternal creator. That's what we see in Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God, the creator. Now, perhaps you've heard this before, but that name Jehovah has a very interesting background. It is one of the earliest names used for God, the self-existing one. We have a dynamic example of its awesomeness in the Ten Commandments movie when Moses asks for God's name, and this powerful bass voice says, I am that I am. Wow, it just gives me chill when I write that. The Israelites felt the name was too sacred even to speak, so they used 4 letters, which makes it a tetragrammaton, to represent the name, YHWH. It was Latinized in the Middle Ages by changing the Y to J and adding vowels, Jehovah, Jehovah. And that is who we get to meet with, rendezvous with, anytime, any place. Amazing. It makes you feel as though you're unworthy. How could we ever feel worthy? Psalm 34:3-4 gives us this interesting list of requirements to come to the hill of the Lord. Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, he who has not lifted up his soul or worshipped to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully. Thankfully, David Guzik gives us a great insight into all this. Quote, under the new covenant, the conduct of one's life is a reflection of his fellowship with God. As John wrote in 1 John 1:6, if we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth. We might say that under the old covenant, a right walk was the precondition for fellowship with God. Under the new covenant, a righteous walk is the result of fellowship with God, founded on faith. Yet both covenants, God cares very much about the moral conduct of mankind, especially those who identify themselves as his people. Unquote. I couldn't have said it better. Well, my devotion time is long overdue to be ended, but I hope that this has been an encouragement to you to carve out a time to rendezvous with eternity today and every day. Thanks for listening. I pray that you have a good and godly day.